you run and never look back? Or wish you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? Or would you tremble if I touched you? Or wish you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. And I want you to die for the one you love. I will be in your arms tonight. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away. Would you swear that you always be mine? I wish you lied, I wish you wouldn't lie. And I'm so deep, I've lost my mind. I don't care if you're here tonight. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away. Oh, I just wanna hold you. I just wanna hold you. Oh yeah. And I'm too deep, I've lost my mind. I don't care if you're here.